Yeah, a little bit of a joke about it, beforehand. But this is a sort of acid test for both teams, isn't it, Manchester United and Arsenal, to see who are contenders and who are not. It's not definitive, but it might give us a clue.
Yeah, I think so. And I said this, I feel that, I wouldn't say Arsenal have had an easy start, but the games that they've gone and won, I've just felt that, there are games that you feel that they should go and win. I think this is the big test for them. I think this is where we're really going to see where Arsenal are at. They're coming into the game with such confidence. I think, the players that are playing at this moment in time, I think, I can't not state the signing of Jesus, I think, has been brilliant for them. And they just look like a real force this season.
But we'll find out, won't we, if they've toughened up at all? Because, they led twice at Old Trafford last season and lost the game. Yeah,
and I think, Manchester United are just starting to get a bit of a tune going, aren't they? They've got that confidence behind them. And that's why I feel coming into this game, when we're talking about big clashes, this is going to be a big clash. And we are going to see if Arsenal are certainly going to be contenders this season, because I think they get a result against Manchester United, you have to start thinking, you know what, they're going to be in the mix of things. Yeah. So I do feel this is going to be a big test for both sides.
I mean, and it's interesting, Clinton, because we heard from Bukayo Saka. That comes across. I've never met him, but he's a brilliant player. He comes across as a brilliantly nice guy as well. We haven't mentioned him much this season. Is that just because the others have been so good, the others around him? Because he's played pretty well, hasn't he?
No, Saka's been good. All he needs, me and Bentley would talk about, he just needs a goal. That's why, and the others have been scoring. Martinelli, Jesus, they've been outstanding. Odegaard, they've been brilliant. But he's part of that front four that are causing all kinds of problems. I like Saka. I think he's brilliant. His interview's brilliant. Looks like a humble boy, and he just wants to improve, and he's learning. I think he's fantastic. That front four caused problems. The rest go and defend, and that four go and cause problems. They've been outstanding so far. But, yeah, Arsenal look good. This is a big game. If Arsenal win this game, I'm not saying they're going to be title contenders, but I'll put my hat out there and say they'll definitely make it into that top four.
It definitely sends a message. When you look at the injuries as well, the likes of Zinchenko, Thomas Partey, El Nene, if they can still go there, and they're talking about Odegaard as well potentially being out, if they can go to Old Trafford and get a result with this squad and this team, I think that sends a big message. But as you were saying there about Saka, not scored in 10 games, he needs a goal. Everything else to his game has been fantastic. He's getting the assists, he's going past people, he's creating opportunities. He's just in front of goal that last little bit, getting a little bit overexcited, snatching at things a little bit. But once that goal comes again, he was Arsenal's top goal scorer last season. He is a top player, and I think Arsenal's ambitions this season will show us exactly where Saka ends up in the next couple of years, because he's up for negotiation to his new contract. If Arsenal finish in the Champions League, I think he stays. If not, I think there's going to be some serious questions.
I mean, it's interesting you mentioned the injuries there as well. And despite those injuries, they still had Vieira and Smith Rowe and Tomiyasu and Nketiah on the bench, so the squad sort of looks OK. Has Martinelli surprised you this season?
Do you know what? He hasn't, but he's just shown a little bit more consistency. I mean, I think we all know the ability was there. He can go past people. He can score goals. He's a really composed finisher. But it's almost like Mikel Arteta sat him down and said to him, listen, you could be better. You could be better than this. If you get a bit of consistency, you're playing my team. And not only is he playing well, he's working really hard. He's creating chances. He's scoring goals. And as Clinton was saying earlier, he is vital to the Arsenal front four in terms of getting goals and scoring and getting this while Arsenal are at the top of the table. So he's surprised me into the level that the consistency, but I'm glad that he's doing that, because he's become vital to this Arsenal Football Club.
Benny, do you not think it's with Jesus playing through that more central as a central striker?
Yeah.
Where you look at Lacazette last season, he was wanting to drift in. With having a striker up there, I mean, I'm thinking from a midfielder's perspective, is that if you get by your striker, you're flashing that ball in, he's going to be there on the vicinity.
They're a lot more fluid as well, because Lacazette would stay down the middle, wouldn't he, as a centre forward.
So the combination
Gabriel Jesus is going to the left, Martinelli's moving to the middle, Saka's coming inside as well. So, of course, I know it's easy to kind of say Gabriel Jesus is responsible for everything, but he has been a big reason to why Arsenal sits up on the table.
Martinelli, most shots and most chances created for Arsenal so far this season. From a Manchester United perspective, Dawes, look, they're winning games without playing well. I mean, they won at Leicester. They weren't all that, were they? Yeah. I mean, Christian Eriksen said afterwards, it was not a beautiful 90 minutes. So you can say that again, Christian. But do you detect a change in attitude amongst the players who are out there for Manchester United?
100%. I really, really do. Winning the last three, and I think that was a start. I sat on here before they played Liverpool, and I know some people said, yeah, I could see that result. I never saw it in one little bit. And they turned up, they ran round, they showed commitment, set up in a different way. That was sort of the change in mindset, in my opinion. And then they went to Southampton, won 1-0. Another performance that you wouldn't say, this is Manchester United back to the best. But I think what it will bring is an awful lot of confidence 3 wins out of 3. Casemiro coming in, I think brilliant. He came on against Leicester and he's just got that relaxation. He plays, he finds a pass. He's brilliant, a good signing. He made a big decision dropping Ronaldo and Harry Maguire. I think that was the intent to say, look, after the first 2 performances were nothing short of embarrassing from Manchester United in the way they lost the games, something that we're all surprised at, but he made a big call in dropping those 2 big players and the players that have come in, and he's stuck with the same team that beat Southampton, beating Leicester. And tomorrow's a big test again against an Arsenal team that are full of confidence.
I think everybody thinks as well that, we've heard it so many times that Bruno Fernandes, flourishes in a side without Cristiano Ronaldo. But why would that be, Clinton?
It's not. Well, they play for Portugal together, so I'm not having that, to be fair. A lot of people say that. I know his numbers are better when Ronaldo's not in the team, but I'm not having that. He's going to play with the best players there are in the world. Ronaldo is the best, one of the best players in the world. You've got to learn to play with whoever. I know...
He is better for Manchester United when Ronaldo's not playing.
You might say that because of the stats.
I've just said it.
Yeah, you're saying it, and I'm saying, OK, I understand what you're trying to say, but you can't tell me when Ronaldo's in the team that Bruno's game drops off. He's not playing as good, but it doesn't mean because Ronaldo's in the team, Bruno's not playing well. He has to fit when Ronaldo is in the team, and he is the main person that everyone looks up to. Then there's less pressure on you, Bruno, so go and show your ability. But no, I think both of them can play together. I think a good business is keeping Ronaldo as well. I think he still has a big part to play for Man United this season, but that's a fantastic goal. And credit Dalot, because he's got a lot of stick last season, and it was a good assist from him.
Now, the big question, Lee, is does he put Anthony straight in? I know you've already said you think he's a waste of money.
Jeff, don't.
You didn't say that.
I didn't say a waste of money. No, whoa.
Would you throw him straight in?
No, I don't think he should. I think he's got to give him that time to sort of address where and how they're going to play. Obviously, he'll know how they're going to play and he'll know what to expect from the manager and the team. So I think he's got to nurture him in. I think you start throwing him in and he doesn't perform and he doesn't hit the ground running. I've said to Dorse, if that don't happen, that's when the pressure really does mount, because you're spending all that money on a player that you're expecting to come in and really do magical things at a very big football club. So I think he's got to bed him in really gently. There's no point in throwing him in at the moment. They're on a good run. So it'd be foolish to do that. But I think the time will come and Ten Hag will know when the time to throw him in and give him his opportunity.
A little bit like Sancho, wasn't it, when they threw him straight in when he first came in. It's taken him probably over a year to kind of settle in the Premier League. Yeah. We're only now starting to see the best of him. So I think I'm with Lee. Same as Anthony. You throw him straight in, gets swallowed up with it, can't adapt to the Premier League. A lot of people calling him a flop. Yeah. It won't be good, would it?
Well, he hasn't played for 3 weeks, so there's every excuse just to ease him in, isn't there? He's only had, I think, a couple of training sessions as well, nothing more than that. I think it's one of the most intriguing games of the season so far. Manchester United against Arsenal. United better than they were at the start of the season. Arsenal better than they were last season. Should be absolutely fantastic contest.